Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another video. I hope you guys are well and have recovered from that horrific defeat at the weekend. It really was bad, wasn't it? With the joy of hindsight and everything, we can look back and sort of assess what went wrong, but sort of push comes to shove, we've made too many similar mistakes this season and have been underperforming on a regular basis, and it's not acceptable. But you know, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about booing. Booing was a big topic on Twitter, mainly due to the fact it was so present in Saturday's game. We saw it a bit at half-time, a lot with the substitutions in the second half, mainly with Whittaker and also Gary Hooper going off, and also at full time where it was the most prominent. And a lot of people were saying that they don't condone booing. They think it's completely wrong, but I think it has a place sometimes. I'm not saying that this sarcastic jeering, the thing we saw with Steve Whittaker at the weekend, and also what we've seen earlier in the season with John Ruddy, is acceptable. It's not acceptable. I think that is just a complete step backwards. It doesn't help the players, it doesn't help us, and it's just really petty, that sort of sarcastic jeering that we've seen. But booing out of pure frustration and anger, I do think has a place in football. I'm not saying it should be done every week, it shouldn't, but at the weekend, I'll hold my hands up, I did boo at full time. Why, you may ask? Well, it was a sort of mix of a lot of things. It was the first time I've booed this season. I know we've lost a lot of home games before, but I thought at the weekend it was our big chance to get back in with the leading pack, and we completely blew it. And we didn't even go down fighting. We were very poor, and that's why I was so annoyed, because yes, we have injuries and you can keep coming up with all of these different excuses, but at the end of the day, we were off the pace. We never really looked like getting back into the game, and when we did have a few good chances, we completely blew them, and big teams don't do that, and we completely let ourselves down, and that is why I booed. Now, I know it doesn't really help and it creates sort of a negative atmosphere, but it feels to me that booing is the only way we can get our opinions across to the players. If we go off sort of clapping, supporting them after that kind of performance, then does that mean that's acceptable? Do they think that's acceptable? Personally, I think if we would have supported 100% that team, the team we saw at the weekend, and would have got behind them, which we did through the 90 minutes, I think that's fair to say we did. The atmosphere wasn't too bad. It wasn't great, certainly, but at the end of the game we booed. Well, a few of us did, and I think it got a message across. I think it got the message across that we're not standing for this below performance anymore. If it would have been a one-off, then fair enough. Then booing probably wasn't acceptable, but it isn't a one-off, is it? We've seen it so much this season, so much underperforming, that we don't think it's acceptable anymore. And I think when push comes to shove, a few of them players in that team don't really want to be here. You can see it, a bit off the pace, not really putting their all in, and I think it's about time that we don't accept this mediocrity anymore, because that's what we're becoming. We're becoming very off the pace and a very mediocre team. Brentford aren't the best team sort of in England by far, not even the best team in the league, I would say, but they came to Carrow Road and completely walked us off the park. Like, they were very good, but we're better. We've got a better squad with a bigger fan base. We should be beating them, and it wasn't the case. So I don't think what we're seeing at the moment is acceptable. That was my thoughts on booing. I'm 100% behind this team. I will support them throughout all of the week and all of that 90 minutes that we see them on the pitch. But at the end of the day, if what I see isn't good enough, then I'm not going to accept that. Please leave me your thoughts on booing. I really do want to know. It's a really interesting debate, and certainly a big debate in the Norwich fan base at the moment. I'm sorry for sounding a bit bummed up. I am. The cold has really hit me hard, and I'm really suffering, but I'm trying to go on and create some decent content for you guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please hit that like button, share it around with your friends, but mainly comment on what you think of booing. Thanks for watching, and I'm out of here.